Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon to wherever you are in the world. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to this occasion. My name is Christopher Obo. I am the MC for the day. I'd want to welcome you again for sparing some time and coming to join us today to launch our association, the What Club Ugandan chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. At this point in time, I will not waste your time. I'm going to invite one of our team members to come and give us an opening prayer for us to begin this session. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Mr. Marvin to give us an opening prayer. Thank you.
Thank you, Christopher. Let's humble ourselves for a word of prayer. Our loving and heavenly Father, giver of life, maker of seasons and times, we come before you and we thank you for the gift of life that you've given us. We are grateful for the grace that you've given us to see this day. We pray, O Lord, that as the Word Club is launched today, that you will be among us, that your presence will be with us. And we pray, Lord, that you will grant that this is an rewarding, enriching experience of service for the leadership, but most importantly, value adding to every member of the club. That today is the beginning of something big, something great, something that will go way beyond us. We thank you and we bless you, for it's in Jesus' mighty name we've prayed. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Marvin. At this point in time, I'd want to recognize the presence of Professor Sekaja Samuel. You're welcome, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Right now, I'll go straight to the next item on the agenda. I'd want to welcome Mr. Adam Gilles, just to give us an overview of the Heriot What Club. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Many thanks indeed, and it's a great pleasure to be here this morning with you all to celebrate this inaugural meeting of the What Club in Uganda. I'm not here alone today. As you may see on screen, I have some other colleagues from Heriot Watt University in Scotland. We're delighted to be joined this morning with two representatives from the business school, the Edinburgh Business School. We have Professor Angus Lang, who's the Executive Dean of the Business School, and we also have Dr. Brian Rogers, who's the Associate Executive Dean, my apologies, and the Global Director of the MBA Programmes at the Business School. We also have my colleague Sharon Holman-James, who's the Alumni Engagement Officer in my team and has been working very hard with Alan, our What Club Chair in Uganda, to get the branch launched. And on that note, I'd like to start by just saying a few thank yous. Thank you all for joining us today. That's anyone in the room there in Uganda and everyone online. This is very much your branch. It is as good as you want to make it. So as much effort and activity and engagement that you want to put into it will result in more you receiving as individuals and as a group. So please do, after today, continue to be engaged and contribute to the branch and support Alan and the committee going forward. Alan, I want to thank you as our chair. I know in the last few weeks and months you've been putting in a lot of hours of volunteering time to get the branch established, to establish a committee and to get this event off the ground. So I want to give my sincere thanks to you and your committee for all your time and effort so far. I'd like to thank our partners, my Abacus Business School, who have kindly hosted today's meeting in person and online, and just to recognise the strength of that long-standing partnership between yourselves and the business school here at Heriot Watt. And I'd also like to thank the Honourable Henry Moussasis, Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development in Uganda. We know that the Minister joined us earlier this morning in the room in Uganda and gave a speech on the power of empowerment through education. And I want to reassure anyone who's joining online that speech will be shared afterwards, so you won't miss out and you'll get to hear the valuable words that the Minister shared with everyone in the room. We very much appreciate your time, Minister. We very much appreciate your support in the lead up to this launch as well. It's a great honour to have you with us today, and we're very proud to have you as one of our alumni. And on that note, I'd like to go to the first slide, please, Sharon, and just talk about the Walk Club. So what is the Walk Club? You've hopefully joined the Walk Club branch in Uganda today. Some of you will be aware of what the Walk Club is, some of you may not, but the Walk Club is Heriot-Watt University's graduate association. It really is your network. It's the oldest graduates association, the oldest alumni network in the UK, and it was established in 1854. And when you graduate from Heriot-Watt, whether that's through one of our 5 global campuses or via Heriot-Watt Online, having studied in your own country, or with one of our own our approved learning partners in your own country, you become a member of the Walk Club. And you join a really exclusive group of graduates around the world who have come through the university. That community is 166,000 people strong, and those people are based across 190 countries. So it's a truly global network, and it's a network of people who are making a true difference in their places of work, in their societies, and contributing to their local communities and economies. And it's a powerful network. We have business leaders and government leaders across the world, and it's your network. So I'd really encourage you to tap into it and to make connections through the Walk Club. Our job as the alumni team at the university is to act as that connector for you. And I'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. If we could go to the next slide, please, Sharon. So the Walk Club in Uganda, your network in Uganda, it's over 1,200 alumni strong. There's a lot of graduates in country, and most of those graduates are MBA graduates. I know many people in the room will have completed the MBA program. I used to work at the business school, so I've met many MBA graduates in my time. I'm always amazed at their endeavours to get the MBA whilst working and juggling family life. I find it amazing that you can gain such a well-regarded degree with all the pressures of life and work. But I think it's testament to the business school's program and its flexibility and our partners' work that make the program accessible and make it achievable for so many people. But not just business school MBA graduates or business school graduates in Uganda. We do have graduates from subjects such as engineering, civil engineering, actuarial science, and brewing and distilling. And I suspect if there's any brewers or distillers in the room today, they might be popular connections to make for some of the other alumni. But in Uganda itself, we do have many leaders in business, banking, and in government. And a fine example of that, of course, is the Honourable Minister Henry today, who's joined us and is a leader in Uganda. So if you go to the next slide, please, Sharon. So why is creating a Walk Club branch important for the alumni community in Uganda, and why is it important for the university here? So we want to create a community of like-minded individuals who can support one another, who can support current students, and who can support the university in Uganda. So what does that mean? Well, we want to create opportunities for our community to network, to facilitate peer-to-peer mentoring opportunities, to exchange knowledge, and to crucially make business connections. This is a network, as I said, of leaders in business and government and finance and other areas, and bringing this group together can be a really powerful thing, and it can be a real force for good as well. Our alumni community can also provide inspiration by sharing their success stories for people who might be looking to do an MBA or be looking to further their studies. But they can also come together to help support current students through mentorship and through other means. We want to raise the profile of our alumni community in Uganda, and so by creating this branch, we hope to give individuals a platform to share their successes. And we also want to raise the profile of the university, Heriot-Watt University and the business school, as well as our partners, Matt Abacus Business School in Uganda and the MBA program. Having this branch in Uganda also increases the connectivity to the university and to the business school. And the alumni team will be your first point of connection, and we hope that we can not only connect you through to the business school, to our academics, to professional services staff, career services, and all these other opportunities that lie and arise, but also that we can give you a voice at the university. So by creating an informal branch of the Watt Club in Uganda, the chair of the branch also gets a seat on the Watt Club Council. And the council is effectively the elected board or the appointed board that represents our global alumni community. And that council has an annual report that goes into the university court, effectively university board, on a yearly basis, and gives a report back on the activity engagement that's been happening all across the world, including at the branch level. And lastly, it opens up a real communication flow. By having this branch, there's a straight line of communication back and forward to the university for us to explore opportunities, to support one another, to make connections, and to hopefully make a difference. Next slide, please, Sharon. So this is not an inclusive list. There's lots of things we can explore through engagement and work together, but firstly, what can the alumni team do for the branch? So as I said, we can help you with the representation through the Watt Club Council. We can support you with promotion and organisation of activity and events. We can connect you to our academics and the university more generally. We can share news and success stories that are coming through our Watt Club branch in Uganda. And we can share best practices on what has worked in other areas and for other Watt Club branches around the world. And in return, what can the branch do to support Heriot-Watt and the business school and our partners Matt Abacus Business School? Well, we want to foster a strong sense of belonging and pride. We want to make sure that there is a community who's proud to be a part of this global community, but also proud that they've got a degree from Heriot-Watt University. You can go out and be ambassadors in Uganda for the university and talk well about the university, about our courses, and encourage people to explore further education with us. Friends, colleagues, employers, please do have conversations about Heriot-Watt and your experience with us. And we want to develop strong business and alumni network in Uganda that can also connect with the university and potentially partner on different projects. Your volunteering time is important as well. And in other branches in other countries, I've seen the Watt clubs created in those places really supporting groups of students on the ground with mentorship and informal guidance and an inspiration really to complete their studies and get to where they want to be on graduation day and beyond. And on a practical level, there are always connections that can be made after graduation when people want to make that next step into their next role or into their next job, and highlighting those opportunities, job opportunities to the group or to other people within the country through the group is always a benefit. The next slide, please, Sharon. So Alan had asked me to share a video, which I will do in a few seconds, just to give you a flavour of our history and heritage at Heriot-Watt. And I think before I do that, I want to share where we're going in the future. And really, I wanted to focus on one aspect of a campaign that's been launched this last few weeks at the university, where we're focusing in on some key areas that we want to develop in the next few years and drive activity and fundraising in those spaces to support the university's impact in the world. And those 4 key themes of this current campaign that is ongoing, called Shaping Futures, are to drive sustainability, to transform healthcare, and to innovate with business and industry. But the one I wanted to really focus on this morning was empower through education. And I know that the Minister spoke on that theme earlier on. Heriot-Watt has a history and a legacy of providing access to education to groups of people who otherwise may not have pursued higher education. And indeed, our very first classes were to working people in Edinburgh in 1821, who wouldn't have had the chance to pursue education if it weren't for the fact that we were providing night classes so that they could go to night school to upskill and to meet the needs of employers in Edinburgh City. So we have a strong legacy of that, and we continue that through today. And I wanted to highlight, Edinburgh Business School as one of those particular key successes, because Edinburgh Business School obviously created the distance learning MBA and made the MBA program accessible to thousands of people around the world who wouldn't ordinarily be able to come to campus here in Edinburgh and study with us. And I think it's an amazing thing that we now have many business leaders around the world with an MBA from Heriot-Watt and Edinburgh Business School on their CV, including many in the room today. So Sharon, if we could just put the slides back up, I'll share that video. And after we've shared the video, which highlights some of our key achievements across the last 200 years, I'll pass over to Professor Angus Lang to speak on behalf of Edinburgh Business School. Thank you. Thank you, Sharon, for sharing that, and I hope it gives everyone in the room and at home who are watching online a sense of a deeper sense of the history of Heriot Law and a sense of pride and belonging to the institution here in Scotland and around the world. And of course, we can add the Walk Club in Uganda as the next milestone, and I'm sure Professor Angus Lang will talk to the milestone of our partnership with Matt Abacus Business School as well. So I'll now pass over to him to continue this morning's discussions. Thank you.
Adam, thank you, and good morning to everyone. Can I also extend my welcome to you all to today's launch event? I'm genuinely delighted to see our extensive Ugandan alumni community coming together to build on the success they have had as individuals. As Adam said at the outset, we are all very, very proud of you as alumni. And in many ways, I think we're actually quite humbled by the success that you have had. There is something I think particularly impressive about the EBS alumni who are juggling those challenges of work, family, and study, and coming through what is a demanding, high-quality MBA program that, without a shadow of a doubt, stretches and develops our learners. So we are deeply proud of what you have achieved by undertaking the degrees that you have, most notably the MBA. But we mustn't lose sight, we cannot lose sight of what you have achieved post-graduation. In other words, what the MBA has enabled you to do. When I talk to alumni, I'm constantly struck by the sense of the transformative nature of the MBA experience for them. It has enabled many of you, the majority of our alumni across the world, to move into either new jobs or significantly progress in their existing organization. So there is a huge degree of personal success. But I think probably what brings me the greatest pleasure, and I hope brings you as an alumni community the greatest pleasure, is the difference you make. The difference you make to the communities, the country that you live in, that you work in. This is very much what we are about. It is about making a difference. It's about making a meaningful difference to the organizations, the communities that we work in. And as the tagline goes, it is together we make a difference. And it's this bringing the alumni community together that I think is so important to be able to celebrate today. But the reason I think we are able to celebrate our alumni success, celebrate the way in which you all make a difference, in your case in Uganda, but for many of you, that influence extends way beyond the confines of the national boundaries to having a genuinely global influence. And that's because we as a school are utterly committed to two key principles around our education. The first is it is about accessibility. It is about that ability to reach learners, to reach students in all corners of the world, no matter how remote they might be. And if I can digress from Africa for a minute, we have great pride in the work we do with Syrian refugees in refugee camps in Lebanon. In other words, being able to support people in some of the most difficult circumstances they will ever encounter in their lives, to actually give them the foundations for a much better future for themselves, for their families, and hopefully in the long run for their countries and communities. So that accessibility is something that underpins absolutely everything we do. And all the development that we will be undertaking, and I'll come on to in just a second, is underpinned by that commitment to accessibility. It is also underpinned by a commitment to practice. Our education is practice oriented. Our research is practice oriented. We are relentlessly laser focused on ensuring that our students and in turn our alumni have the skills, the knowledge that they need to operate in this rapidly changing, highly complex world. And through that anchoring that really practically anchored education to be able to make that difference that I talked about earlier. And I'm going to loop back to something that Adam had said earlier around the founding of the institution, the founding of Heriot-Watt University, way back in the 1820s. It was about developing skilled professionals for the Industrial Revolution. Fast forward 200 plus years, we are still doing that. We are focused on developing skilled professionals for a world that's characterized by what's often described as the fourth industrial revolution. The impact of AI, robotics, data, globalization, all of these elements are changing the world in which we operate. And we are really relentlessly, as I said, laser focused on ensuring that we can support the development of students, the development of alumni, and I want to come on to this lifelong learning in a second, that are able to thrive in this challenging environment and be able to engage in lifelong learning with us that will enable them to continue to remain current, remain focused on developing, thriving, prosperous, and equitable futures for their societies, their organizations, and indeed in their countries. Now, I couldn't be involved in launching the Watt Club in Uganda without due testimony to the work of our partner in Uganda and Kampala, Matt Abacus. The delivery of our transformative education is fundamentally supported by our partners across the globe. And Matt Abacus is an absolutely excellent example of one of those partners. We have worked with Matt Abacus for more than 2 decades, and that's been 2 decades of delivering genuinely outstanding education, which has, I think, if we look at where many of you are today in your roles, if we look at where the minister is as an MBA alumnus, is really supporting Uganda's development. And this, I think, is something that I personally feel is really core to what we do. Yes, it's about individual development. Yes, it's about transforming communities. But ultimately, we have a role to play, and you now, as alumni, have a role to play in supporting the development of the countries of which we are part, to enhance, to spread the prosperity. Adam talked about the ways in which you can engage with the Watt Club to do this, and I would beseech you to do that, to work together, together to make a difference. Now, looking at Matt Abacus, and I enjoyed. I had the privilege of being out earlier this year in Kampala, seeing the campus, meeting colleagues. We're planning to be working with Matt Abacus over the coming years to extend our offering. We are going through a period within EBS of quite significant development of the MBA program under the leadership of Brian Rogers, that will not only enhance the core offering on the MBA, but ensure that we can bring specialist areas that are highly relevant to people's career aspirations, the needs of their organizations, indeed the needs of their countries, to continue to develop. And partners like Matt Abacus are an integral part of that, and are starting to deliver a range of specialist programs and in due course specialist streams on the MBA. And this takes me on to lifelong learning. And for me, we should be thinking about Edinburgh Business School as being your learning partner for life. Yes, you have undertaken your first degree with Heriot-Watt. I'm looking forward to seeing more of you take a second degree with Heriot-Watt. But whether you take a second degree or not, it's much more to look at how we can support your ongoing professional development through the lifelong learning opportunities that we are creating. One of the recent introductions we've had as part of the MBA portfolio is the accessibility, the access for alumni to Coursera Career Academy content. It's available to you free of charge as alumni. I'd encourage you to look at that. We are looking at how we start to develop offerings of modules that are available to alumni at heavily discounted rates in order to enable you to support your ongoing development. Now, you now have your own What Club branch. That's great. Can I also encourage you to join the MBA LinkedIn group, because this provides us with an ideal mechanism whereby we can keep you fully posted on the exciting developments that we have underway that will enable us to further support your development. And I would encourage you, I would really encourage you to be proud of your Edinburgh Business School MBA. It is a genuinely global quality, global standing MBA, and encourage family, friends, colleagues, if they are thinking about an MBA, if they're thinking about other business qualifications, reach out to Edinburgh Business School. We are accessible. We are practice oriented. We will build that career for you. We will support you. And I just want to finish off by offering my great hope for the future of the Ugandan What Club, and I hope the next time I'm out in Kampala, because I certainly will be out again to meet with colleagues in Mad Abacus, that I get a chance to meet with members of the club. And just remember, as my backdrop says, it is together that we will make a difference. So all the very best for the rest of the session and for the future development of the What Club in Uganda. And without any further ado, I'll pass back to Adam.
Thank you very much, Professor Lang. We very much appreciate your words there today and sharing some of the opportunities that are available to current MBA alumni to continue to upskill. I'd definitely encourage MBA graduates in the room to check out the Coursera Academy, and I've shared a link for those of you online to click through to that just now. I think it's now my duty to pass back to Alan, the chair of the What Club, and for the next speaker.
Thank you. Thank you once again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
All right. Once again, thank you again for that. Thank you, Mr. Adams and Mr. Angus, for that. At this point in time, again, I want to welcome those who have joined us, both online and physical. You're not seeing me?
No, we need the camera on, please.
Okay. I hope
That's good. Thank you.
All right. Yes. So once again, I want to thank you for joining us. Those who have just joined us again online and physically. At this point in time, I'd want to invite our chair, Madame Allen, to come and give us her opening remarks, and probably invite her team that she's working with to form the What Club of Uganda. Madame Allen, you're welcome. Still be silent. Just yeah, guys, that has to be the hearing you and saying.
Is the team online seeing me? And are you able to?
Yes, we can see and hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Alan.
Okay. Good morning to you all. You're welcome Before I start my speech, I'd like to inform you that I've been working with a very, very mighty team, I should say. It's a team of 10 people. It's a team of 10 people. Is the person at the back able to hear me? No. Okay. I need to amplify. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good morning once again. Before I start my speech, I've been working with a team of amazing people, which we termed as the What Club Uganda Committee. So among the team, some are here, some are online, and whoever I call will be able to wave to the congregation, at least those that are present will be able to get up and wave to the people present. And those that are not here, maybe we'll send cyber highs or hellos. Yes, so among my team present is Precious Kemigisha, Stephen Makumbi, Chris Obo, Asozi Joseph, Marvin Daula. Okay. Then those that are online, we have Flower Mohire. Then we have Faith Beirusi. Then we have Anisha Mohozi, and those are all online. Yes, so thank you, members, for making the time once again. Let's start my speech. Honorable guests, fellow alumni, esteemed faculty, Matt Abakas, and dear friends. It is with immense pride and gratitude that I stand before you today as the chairperson of our newly established Alumni Association in Uganda. Today marks a monumental occasion, not just for us as alumni of Heriot-Watt University, but for the broader legacy of our esteemed institution and Uganda as a country. I welcome each and every one of you, and I thank you for being part of this historical moment. Before I go any further, allow me to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has played a vital role in making this day a reality, to the administration of Heriot-Watt, the Watt Club, Matt Abakas, the committee, the organizing committee, the faculty for fostering the foundation and excellence we all share, to the organizing committee for their tireless efforts, and my fellow alumni whose support and enthusiasm have been instrumental in the launch. I thank you very much. This Alumni Association is more than just a platform for reunions and nostalgia. It is a bridge linking the past, the present, and the future. Through this association, we aim to harness the collective power of our diverse talents, experiences, and networks to uplift one another and talents. Through this association, we aim to harness the collective power of our diverse talents, experiences, and networks to uplift one another, give back our alumni matter, and most importantly, make positive impact to the society. We have all walked different paths since leaving the gates of the university, but today we reaffirm that the values we gained here bind us. This association serves as a catalyst for both personal and collective growth, an incubator for ideas, and a support system to foster collaboration. Our vision is simple yet profound: to create a thriving community where the alumni community contribute to one another's success to the growth of future generations of students and greater good of the society, whether it's through mentoring, sharing career opportunities, providing scholarships, or contributing to the development of the university, and each one of us sharing something unique and valuable. We all believe we have something unique to offer to one another. This association is not just for today, it is for the future. We are laying the foundation for something that will outlast all of us. We are building a legacy here. As we embark on this exciting journey together, I encourage all of you to actively participate. Your involvement is very key here. Let us unite in our shaped purpose, leveraging our collective strength to achieve greatness, both for ourselves and for those who will come after us. Let this association be a testimony of our commitment to excellence, unity, and progress. Let today be the beginning of the powerful legacy, one that will inspire, empower, and make a very lasting difference. Once again, thank you very much for being here today and for your commitment to this association. Together, we will achieve more than just we could alone. We will achieve a lot more, we believe. Together, we'll make this Alumni Association a beacon of excellence, service, and unity. Let's move forward with pride where we have come from, and with great excitement for what we can achieve together. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you again, Madam Chair, for that wonderful speech. Let's give her. Yes, that's our Madam Chair, incoming PhD soon. So please prepare for her. Once again, I'd want to invite back Madam Chair herself, who's going to, in turn, help us to invite our in-country team leader. Madam Chair, over to you again.
Thank you, Chris. I believe we have so many dignitaries here seated with us, and we are all very important in your special capacities. So I believe we shall all get time to interact with every one of us and in the next room. But amongst us is a man very profound in the academia world, very, very knowledgeable, very resourceful, and he has supported this program very well. I believe everyone has gone through maths. I believe everyone has come to maths over and over again, maybe for inquiries or anything, and they've always given us a warm welcome. So to the maths team, please, thank you. Can we please give them a hand clap? Yeah. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Professor Samuel Sejaka to come and speak to us. He comes, he's the team lead, country team lead for Maths Abacus, and he has quite, we can't wait to hear from you. He has some exciting information to share with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to the team in Edinburgh. I have seen Angus and Brian and Adams on the line. Good morning to you all. I didn't know that I really had to make a speech. I initially was supposed to welcome the minister. Unfortunately, I warned Brenda here that I was training some people in the morning, so I was not able to come here until 11. So I found when the minister had left. But the minister, I got his message, and we are glad he managed to make the time and come and honor this occasion. He also let out a secret that I had been his teacher. Kind of carbon dating me, huh? Yes, but you are all most welcome here, and I want to congratulate you for launching the Uganda chapter of the Watt Club. Congratulations to all of you who have been able to make it here physically and to those who are online. Talking about alumni associations, I have a few things that I want you to take into account. One, these associations are very important in terms of networking. So I hope that you're not going to launch and that is going to be the end. I would like to see all of you networking. And as you are coming in, I was looking at each and every one of those who came after me. And I said, wow, these people look very nice. They don't look like the average Ugandan. So I hope that having been on the Heriot Watt MBA, that has contributed to your looking speak and span. So please keep it up, but you must share that with all the others who are not fortunate enough to be on this program. So through your networks, you must ask, what are we going to do for this country? And as Angus has been saying, that your light needs to shine upon those who are less fortunate. So please be the what, as in shining that light on those who are less fortunate than you. So that is the first thing, making sure that the network survives. Two, one of the things I always say that keeps people interested is the idea of money. So you must come up with ideas that make money as a group, either through saving or through investment, and then you will get interested in each other, and then you'll get interested in turning up every other time so that you check on your money, isn't it? Everybody loves money. So if you have something that keeps you interested in this alumni association, money is one of the things. So make some money. You've been taught how to make money. And you can grow that money. You learned about the power of compounding. I need not tell you again about the power of compounding. The third thing, and we were talking about this with Angus, is one, we are trying to expand the offering of programs from Heriot Watt University. And I think Brenda will be speaking to this, but I think of interest to you really, and you are good candidates for this, is we've been trying to see how we can get the Doctor of Business Administration program running out of Matt Abacus. So Angus, maybe again, you will be able to speak to this, but I think it is important that we inculcate the idea of continuous learning. So don't get one degree and say that is the end. You must be learning all the time. So I think taking interest in the Doctor of Business Administration would really be one of the ways that we can foster the growth of this alumni association. And Chair, if you take interest and we see how we can work towards this program, I think there was a potential for us to start this program, especially with those who come back and work with us. So yes, please, if you have been here and you can come and work with and mentor other people, I think Heriot Watt will open that door to the DBA. So we keep on knocking and asking Angus and Brian and their team to see how the DBA program can be of benefit to you while you work. So I once again want to congratulate you on launching this club. I hope that you will make it work. And I've given you some tips on how to make it work. 1, network. 2, make some money. 3, continuous learning. If you do those things, I think you will benefit. And you'll also benefit the community, the wider community. So welcome to Matt Abacus once again. And I hope you enjoy your stay here. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you, Professor Sejaka. Yes, so I believe we can, can't we? Yes, we can. So through empowerment, through education, we can do so much. Look at all the brains here. Look at everyone. Look at how smartly you are. I believe even the brains are so. And it is not an ordinary university. It's a prestigious university. So having gone through it, we have to keep the flag high. Yes, so we're going to have a 5 minutes break. And then you can say hello to your neighbor, and then we can, if you want to step out, stretch a bit, you can come back in 5 minutes. Thank you.
And Alan, I think, does this draw a close to the online portion of the day?
Karen, Adam?
Apologies. Does this draw a close to the online part of the activities of the day? I know there's more networking and things to be done in the room in Uganda. I just wanted to check for the people online. Are we closing the session at this stage?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So on that basis, I just want to say thank you, Alan, again to you, to Matt Abacus, to the principal there who gave some really inspiring words, and I wrote some things down. Be the what, shine your light. I thought that was amazing, and quite inspirational, and I totally agree that branches can be formed and fall away. So I've got great faith in Alan and the committee, but please don't think you're alone. You have the alumni team here to support you, to help drive activity, to bring ideas, to bring speakers, to bring opportunities for sharing learning, and also the point about lifelong learning I thought was particularly strong, and it's something we encourage right across the university, not just through the business school. And so if anyone's interested in any of the opportunities, including the opportunities that are free resources like Coursera that Angus mentioned, please do get in touch and we'll pass you the details of those things. I'm very proud of the alumni community that we have. I'm very proud of the work that Alan's done to set up this group. I'm really grateful for this event today. And I want to reassure everyone that the words that the Minister shared in person in the room this morning were recorded. And we're going to attempt to share his speech with everybody so that they can hear the valuable insight and his thoughts on empowering through education. We all know the power that it can have. So if I may, Chairperson Alan, I would like to draw this online section to a close, to thank everybody who's attended and wish you all the very best for the continued celebrations of the launch in Kampala, and I hope to see many of you on screen soon.